Welcome back to Key is King. Today we will be diving into the latest episode of RHONY, Our Ladies Out of New York. This might hold the record for the shortest review of all time because this season, these ladies, they give nothing. I wrote a single page of notes for this entire episode. An hour. I took 1 page of notes. So, let's get into it. We open with the ladies at the beach and Uba being just obnoxiously rude about how disgusting the beach is. She's telling everybody do not get in the water, it's nasty, there's dead pigeons. And Raquel's like, Uba, we are in nature, animals die. What are you talking about? Sai's telling her to shut up and be quiet because she's just screaming how dirty it is and how nasty it is. Everyone's shocked and appalled. Cut to confessional, and Jessel's like, well, I was thinking it, but I know better than to say it. And this is why Jessel's the star. This is why Jessel's the star. But everybody is like, okay, Uba's doing a lot. Raquel is literally offended to her core. She was like, I didn't take you to the Gringo beach. I took you to like where the Puerto Ricans are. Because once again, this is her favorite childhood beach. So Uba just does not see it. Uba has proven this episode that she does not see past her own fucking nose. Sometimes it's good, most of the times it's fucking not. Absolutely not. So, we then move on to Sai brought a large pack of condoms to put on her foot that has glass in it still. Okay. I at first was like, I'm skeptical. If you didn't know, now you know. I was like, is that, But she did it on camera. She said they're durable. I have a few. I'm tempted to like put my fucking foot in one to see like what she's talking about, but no. We're not at that phase of discovery yet. But then it rains on them and they're all pissed off and they leave the beach and that concludes the beach. But I was like, okay. Just like, I don't have high hopes anymore for these people and I think the next episode is the finale and I pray we are wrapping it up. Although, like, this episode is popping off more than any of the other, like, the rest of the season has, really. So if they gave this type of, like, drama consistently, they'd be cooking with something. They really would. They get back to their house, and a few of them, which include Jessel, Uba, definitely Aaron, and there was a fourth person, Raquel, maybe Rebecca. They're all sitting down reviewing the Jessel conference that Sai, Bryn, and Aaron had last episode, talking shit about Jessel's husband, her marriage, Jessel herself, the way she throws parties, just talking pure shit. Aaron apparently has amnesia and is telling the group that Sai and Bryn were like really going in and she like defended Jessel and wasn't really saying anything. But all of a sudden she doesn't want to be accused of being a pigeon, so she doesn't want to share what was said. So you're being like a half pigeon, half bitch. Now you're like picking and choosing. Like, this is why Aaron fucking sucks. She proves it time and time again. And these women, I mean, I know they're on a show together and they literally have to work with Aaron. But like, I would not be playing with her. I would just be making her look fucking crazy. So, just the complete like turnarounds that she does, and she's acting like so surprised at people's reactions to this. Uba's like, now is the time to be a pigeon. Like, if you're gonna be a pigeon, now is the time. Like, tell us what's the tea. And she like refused. Like, she really would not go into detail. As if that was gonna go well for her at all. So immediately they go to Sai and they're like, Aaron's saying that you and Bryn are talking shit about me and all this stuff and that she was like innocent, and Sai's like, no the fuck she wasn't. We were all talking together, so I don't know what Aaron is talking about. And Sai goes to Aaron and is just like, you fucking like shit stir or whatever, and Aaron's like, she's always so confused, her mouth is always open, her hands are always like, her shoulders are always up, she just never gets it. When it's time for her to fucking get something, never gets it. And so she's like, wait, what? And Sai's like, fuck off, like, what do you mean, what? Like, girl. So Aaron wiggles her way out of that one somehow. I didn't even like write it down, like, it's just, they are so boring and like just stupid with their drama. But they transitioned to pussy wigs because everybody is so obsessed with everyone is so obsessed with Jenna's fucking long pussy hair apparently, to the point that they all get pussy wigs, and that are like just long like strands of hair that they're all putting in their like bikini lines and like spreading eagle and just like wearing these because Jenna is obsessed with synchronized swimming and they're having a synchronized swimming thing, which like plot twist, Raquel mentioned that she was obsessed with synchronized swimming too. So like lesbians unite are like lesbians obsessed with synchronized swimming. Is that a correlation I did not know about? I need to know all rainbow facts. But that was just interesting. So they're doing fucking pussy wigs, but as they're doing that, they're plotting on Uba. Mostly because Raquel is still upset. She's like, Uba was being fucking rude. Nobody can really deny that. Keep referring to her as like a diva or a bitch. But Raquel's like, I'm just gonna like handle it one-on-one. Yada yada yada, blah blah blah. So Raquel does follow through though. She goes and ones-on-ones with Uba and she's like trying to tell her like what's up and how she feels. And Uba's standing on what she said. She was like, it was gross and I would say it again because it's the truth. And they try to like bring her like country into it so she can like relate and like rationalize. And she was like, if we were in Somalia, if we were in wherever and it was gross, I would say it there too. So in a regard, like, okay, like you're standing on it, but like they're telling you you're rude and offensive. So like you have to try to find a middle ground, I guess, if you want friends. And maybe Uba doesn't want friends, or she doesn't take this shit seriously because it is a whack group of women for the most part. At least collectively, my God. And so Uba's like, no, like, I'm not fucking changing. At this point, Sai is in the conversation. And Uba's like, is this like, are you ganging up on me because you're Puerto Rican and I'm not Puerto Rican? It was like there was levels to this shit. And Sai's like, why are you yelling at me and bringing me into this? And Raquel is like just kind of realizing that Uba is a little maybe just meaner than her, or just like a little more less penetrable. And so she's just like trying to like, it ends up being like trying to like soothe Uba and like come down to her level in a way, because she cannot accept anything but her own like opinion, her own way, her own approach. Like that's it for Uba. That's it. So that's how it kind of ends there. It's like they have to agree, and like you can't really say anything against Uba, which becomes a recurring theme in this episode for the ops, her other side. Oh, and how could I forget that Raquel throws some immigrant shade at Uba and Jessel for that matter. She was like, as an immigrant, I just thought Uba would like know better than to like do that. And then she was just like, but then again, Jessel's an immigrant. And then goes on to be like, well, I don't expect much from Jessel though. What is everyone's fucking hard on with Jessel? Like, I don't think she's really that, like, people may... I think one of the accusations may be that she's dumb. I don't think she's dumb, and she's as dumb as she may act, at least. She's funny. She's authentically herself. Like, she's cute. I don't get it. But everybody has a fucking hard on for Jessel. But Raquel's throwing immigrant shade at the both of them, and I was like, is that one of those things like immigrant to immigrant can say? I don't even know if Raquel's considered herself an immigrant, but it didn't sound like politically sound to me. Not that I'm a politically fucking correct person, obviously, if you're familiar with my channel, but I was like, damn, okay. I didn't know if immigrant shade was on the table. Not that I'll be using it, but like, okay. So once again, we are gathered in a group to have some like questionable drama, and what we're doing now apparently is calling Aaron's husband on speakerphone, and Bryn is like trying to like phone sex him. Because they were trying to have somebody send their husband a nude, and they're like, no, I'm not going to do that. Maybe Sai, I think it was. And Aaron was like, I'll do it. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Mind you, she's like drunk, because you know my theory from one of my old videos, if you've happened to watch it, that 85% of reality stars are drunk, like, all the fucking time on TV. Like, the scenes, even when they don't show them getting fucked up, they're on something. So Erin's drunk, she's feeling whatever, but like Bryn's literally like leaning on her, calls her husband, and is like trying to like get him hard, essentially. She's like pretty much having phone sex with him or trying to, and he's like, nah, you're not gonna get me. Like, it seems like he knows it's a trick, so he's like not going with it. It was very weird. It was very awkward. And Uba, of course, gets fucking pissed off. And she crashes out and, don't do this with me. She's screaming, you're on speakerphone. And he's like, yeah, I guess that much. But she loses her mind and is pissed off and has to be retrieved from the kitchen because she's that mad. I think she ended up spilling her drink on herself too, so that was a kind of karma. But they move on to synchronized swimming because Jenna has come out. She's revealed. It took her a minute to realize that everybody had pussy wigs on, and she found it so funny. And is then up in everybody's pussy, like fixing the wigs to make them look, I guess, the right way and position the right way. It's like, I don't know if it was a game, but I'm like, there's a lot of pussy happening right now. Like, it was a lot. I was like, oh my god. And she was in there, creative directing the pussy. But they start synchronized swimming. Aaron and Bryn are like obviously talking about Uba and how like upset they are with how she just responds and yada yada yada. Aaron really was just like upset how Uba just reacted about the husband thing. She's like, that's my husband, like da da da. I'm not gonna like let Bryn obviously do too much. She's like, essentially that's my business if I want to do that. And to a degree, she's absolutely right. To a big degree, actually. But of course, they all go synchronized swimming because Jenna said so. And Jenna ends up like elbowing Raquel in the forehead. It was really, I'm telling you, it's nothing to write home about. These women give nothing. They give like little, it's like fucking double dutch. They're like doing this. And every now and then they'll jump in. So this is where things get interesting, and it sets up the finale to be interesting because all hell breaks loose after the synchronized swimming because Uba, once again, she's like marathon crash out queen. She crashes out again about the whole thing, which leads to her versus Bryn and you're not Naomi and like all this other, they're screaming and just all this shit. Erin then finds herself to be in 3 different fights at one time, which are Uba, Jessel, and Bryn. Bryn gets mad at her first and is like, thank you for like not defending me when they're like saying I'm a whore and all this other shit, blah 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 blah. Which leads her to get into a fight with Uba about defending Bryn and how she's like not a whore and don't say that and that's disgusting, and Uba's like, go fuck yourself. And then Jessel, because they just are always like picking at Jessel. And I think Jessel just had a fucking enough. But Erin deserves them all. But this is how we're ending the episode. Just like fights here, fights there, fights there. The lesbians are like cooped in their room. Raquel's icing her head. It's just a mess. And it only took fucking 14, 15, 16 episodes. But next week is the finale. Then the reunion. And then we're done forever. And I can't wait. But that was that. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And unfortunately, there's more, but we'll be back for some other good shit. So, catch you soon.